Perek דיני ממונות בשלשה Daf Zayin, sponsored the Refuah Shlema for Nasan HaKohen Ben Chaya. The Gemara established previously that once a court rules, it cannot suggest a compromise. The Gemara defines a Gemar Din, a verdict. When the court says so-and-so is liable, so-and-so is exempt. Rav stated, Halacha Rabbi Yeshoshua ben Karcha, it is a mitzvah to arbitrate a compromise. It means to offer a compromise, not to impose one. The Gemara offers one other interpretation of the verse, Ubotzea berech nietz Hashem. The references to Aaron HaKohen, who rationalized it was better to make the egel than allow them to kill again. His murder as a main transmitter of Torah could not be forgiven, as was the case with Zechariah Navi, who was also a Kohen Gadol. Although he was a Shem Shemayim, allowing the people to worship an idol was blasphemy to Hashem. Rabbi Shimon ben Menashe learned from a verse, Poter Mayim Reishis Madon Lifnei Hiskala Netosh, that a compromise is suggested only before the court decides. The Gemara teaches the interpretation for the other Tanaim that disagree with Rabbi Shimon ben Menashe. Number one, Rav Hamnuna suggests it is a metaphor for one who frees himself from the obligation to learn Torah. It is the beginning of judgment. Number two, Rav Huna explains Poter Mayim, a channel formed by a flooding river not blocked, widens. Same is true of a dispute not contained. Number three, Abaye Kashisha explains the dispute is compared to bridge planks. Once used, become firm and remain in place. 4. Shmuel explains Poter Mayim, one who releases water. One who begins a dispute, Reishis Madon, is the beginning of 100 judgments. One should swallow his pride and not answer back. The Gemara teaches other maxims. Number 1, 7 pits dug along the way, a man of peace will be saved from them, whereas one dug in the way of an evil person will destroy him. Number 2, one who leaves a courtroom without his coat to pay his obligation should sing. He was stripped of stolen property. Number 3, when a woman sleeps, the sewing basket on her head tilts. Laziness affects the quality of work. Number 4, a trusted friend sometimes turns against you. Number 5, when a husband and wife's love is strong, they can endure lying together on a narrow bed without it affecting their relationship. This analogy holds true for Hashem and the Jewish people. The Shekhinah and the Mishkan resided on the Aron HaKodesh 10 tefachim high, whereas the first temple was 60 by 30 by 30 amos. Hashem said to Yeshaya Navi, Hashamayim kisiva aretz hadom ragloi. Eza bayis tivneli. After we sinned, no sanctuary was large enough. The Gemara explains the term lo saguru, do not withhold judgment out of fear. The Tochacha, the admonitions of Devarim state, lo se'egor, we will not gather in wine. The Gemara brings 2 other verses in Mishlei. The Gemara mentions maxims related to judges. Number 1, one who judges truthfully causes Hashem's presence to reside with the Jewish nation. One who does not judge truthfully causes Hashem's presence to depart. Number 2, a judge who takes money illegally from one and gives it to another, Hashem takes his life. Number 3, a judge must imagine a sword resting between his thighs and Gehenna open under him. Number 4, one can decide a case only when his decision is as clear to him as the morning light, or as clear as his sister prohibited to him. Number 5, a student in the presence of a presiding court of 10 is just as responsible as the judges for an erroneous decision not speaking up. Number 6, scholars like Rav Huna and Rav Ashi, rather than assuming full responsibility, would gather other chachamim to judge with them, each receiving only a chip of the beam. 7, if a judge is like a king who has as much wisdom as a king, wealth, he will uphold the world. However, if, like a Kohen collecting food at a threshing floor, he will destroy it. Number 8, one who appoints unqualified judges is similar to planting an idolatrous tree. However, if Torah scholars are present, it is like planting an idolatrous tree next to the altar. Number 9, Rav, before judging, said, I, of my own free will, am going to my death, not attending to his household while judging, and at the end of the day leaving relatively empty-handed, hopefully at least leaving with no more sins than when he arrived. When followed by a crowd, he would say to himself, if I am highly respected, I will perish forever as my wastes. Number 10, Mar Zuter lecturing before the Regel would say riches and a crown are not forever. Number 11, the Gemara learns 2 things from the verse, do not ascend steps to the altar. deliberately, and judges should not step above those sitting on the ground waiting to hear a lecture. Number 12, the verse states, refers to judges' tools, a stick, strap, horn, and a sandal. Number 13, the Torah prohibits both the judge and the litigant to make his case before the other litigant is in the courtroom. If you're enjoying Daf 5, please click on the link below, subscribe, and become a sponsor. Thank you.